Going on, everybody. I'm here with another fantasy video. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. Share this video all over social media if you want to. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, um, on my Twitter account. I will be have a new Twitter account for specifically lineups. So I don't know what my Twitter handle will be, but I will let you know in a few days because I don't want to use my personal Twitter account for stuff like that. I'd rather use something a little, little exclusive to what I'm doing. So, um, stay tuned for that in a couple of days. And also double check your lines for late game scratches. I think earlier, like yesterday, I did a 1 p.m. main. Now I'm gonna do a 1 p.m. only slate for this video. 1 p.m. meaning all the 1 o'clock games, no 4 o'clock games. So this is exclusive to the 1 o'clock slates. And right now, let's get started. I'm gonna go with Matt Stafford for the quarterback at 8,300. In last week's game, he was 28 for 41, 385 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had a Fanduel points of 27.5. So he's going up against the Chicago Bears. I look for him to put up huge numbers against the Bears on Sunday. My next player will be Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller, 8,200. Last week against the Patriots, he had 80 yards. He didn't have a touchdown, but he had 12 fantasy points. He's going up against Tennessee this weekend. My next running back will be DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray, he had 114 rushing yards against the Raiders. He had 24 FanDuel points. DeMarco Murray, he struggled when he was with the Eagles, and now he's coming along with the Tennessee Titans. Hopefully, he will put up some good numbers against the Texans defense. Next guy I'm going to go with is Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones, he's 7,600. He had 205 yards last week against the Packers. He was targeted 8 times. He had 35.5 FanDuel points, and he's going up against a Chicago defense that has struggled. So I expect him to do big things against Chicago Bears. My next person will be Terrell Pryor. Now, Terrell Pryor, he had 144 yards receiving last week and didn't have a touchdown, but Miami's defense was ranked 32nd. He's going up against the Washington Redskins. He had 27 points, 27.9 points against the Dolphins last week. My next receiver will be Michael Crabtree. Michael Crabtree, he's at 6,500. Had a decent game last week. He was targeted 11 times, had 8 receptions, 102 yards. He had 14.2 FanDuel points. They're going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens have a good defense, usually have a good defense, but remember, against Atlanta, he only had 31 receiving yards against a 29th ranked defense and 87 yards against a 30th ranked defense. And last week against the Titans, which their defense is ranked 11th. So, Baltimore's defense is not as is the best that they used to be, but I still think he's going to get his targets on Sunday. Zach Miller is my next player. He's a tight end. Last week he had 78 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and 23.8 FanDuel points. He went up against the 21st ranked defense in the Dallas Cowboys. Going up against the Detroit Lions. In his previous games against the Eagles and the Texans, he had 33 and 14 yards, only put up 5.3 FanDuel points. So usually, he's not good against teams that have good defenses. So I expect him to, you know, have another big game on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to have Steven Gostkowski as my kicker, and I'm going to take the Houston Texans defense. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram and email me if you choose to. I will come up with a new Twitter handle for Fantasy Sports Insider. I will have a Twitter page exclusively to fantasy sports, also betting and whatnot also. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.